I supported my girlfriend through college, paid tuition, rent, everything. At her graduation party, she announced, "I'm breaking up with him. He's holding me back." I smiled. Then I handed her the bill, $127,000 in loans with interest. When her new boyfriend saw the amount, I, 32 male, met my girlfriend when she was 23 and working 2 jobs to save up for college. She dropped out after her freshman year because her parents couldn't afford to keep helping her. And she'd been grinding for 3 years trying to save enough to go back. We hit it off immediately. She was driven, passionate about getting her degree in marketing, and honestly, I fell hard. 6 months in, she was stressing about whether to take out massive student loans or wait another 2 years to save up. I'd done well for myself, got into software development early, made some smart investments, was pulling in around 180 CALs a year, no debt, owned my condo outright. I told her I'd help. "How much help?" she asked. "All of it," I said. "Focus on school. I'll handle the rest." Here's the thing though, and this is important. I'm not an idiot. My dad got burned in a divorce where he paid for his ex-wife's law degree, and then she left him the month after passing the bar. Took him to the cleaners too. So I learned early, protect yourself. I set it up as loans, proper documentation, signed agreements, the whole thing. She was fine with it, grateful even. We went to a lawyer, drew up loan agreements with a 3% interest rate, super generous, basically just tracking inflation, stating the repayment would begin 1 year after graduation. Everything was legit and legal. Over the next 4 years, I paid $67,000 in tuition, $43,000 in rent and utilities for her apartment, $12,000 in textbooks, laptops, supplies, $5,000 in various other expenses, car repairs, emergency dentist visit, etc. Total, $127,000. Every payment was documented, every expense logged. She signed updated loan agreements each semester. I kept everything in a dedicated folder, digital and physical copies. Did I love her? Yeah. Was I planning a future with her? Absolutely. I figured we'd get married eventually and the loans wouldn't matter. But I'm not my dad. I had the receipts just in case. Life was good for 4 years. She was doing great in school. We were solid, talking about moving in together after graduation. Her family loved me, kept calling me the best thing that ever happened to her. Her mom would literally tear up thanking me for giving her daughter this opportunity. Then came graduation last Saturday. She'd planned this huge party at a rented event space, like 100+ people. Her entire family, all her college friends, some of my friends, co-workers. I helped pay for the venue. Another $3,200, not included in the loan because I'm not that petty. It was a gift. Everything was going great. Open bar, catered food, speeches from her parents. Then she gets up to make a speech. I'm thinking she's gonna thank everyone, be emotional, whatever. She starts off normal. "Thank you all for coming. This journey has been incredible. Couldn't have done it without support." Then, and I have an announcement to make, this feels like the perfect time for new beginnings. I'm thinking engagement? Is she about to propose to me? Yeah, she was that type. I'm breaking up with my boyfriend. Record scratch. The room went dead silent. My buddy next to me literally choked on his drink. She continued, "He's been wonderful, but I need to be honest with myself and all of you. He's holding me back. I'm about to start my career and I need someone on my level. Someone who challenges me intellectually. I need to spread my wings." She then gestured to some dude in the crowd. "This is my study partner from senior year. We've been connecting on a deeper level and we're going to see where this goes." The guy stood up, looking uncomfortable as hell. Some people started clapping awkwardly. Most people just looked shocked. Her mother was beaming though. Apparently, she knew. I sat there for a solid 10 seconds. The hurt hit first. 4 years, and this is how it ends? Public humiliation at a party I helped pay for. Then the anger came. Then something else. Cold, calculated clarity. I stood up, smiled. "Congrats on the degree and the new relationship." She looked relieved. "Thank you for understanding. You're a good guy. You'll find someone." "Oh, totally. Before I go though." I pulled out my phone and opened my documents folder. "I need you to sign something real quick." "What is it?" I walked up to her, opened the PDF on my phone showing the complete loan summary. "Just acknowledging receipt of your loan payoff schedule." You know, the $127,000 I loaned you over 4 years? Repayment starts 1 year from today per our agreement. Monthly payments of $1,847 for 7 years. Her face went white. What are you talking about? The loans. You signed agreements every semester. 3% interest, very generous rate. Here's the complete accounting. I airdropped the document to her phone, watched her open it, watched the color drain from her face as she scrolled through 4 years of documented payments, signed agreements, loan terms. The study partner dude grabbed her phone. Holy shit, is this real? Very real. All legally binding. I have my lawyer's contact info right here if you want to verify. I handed him my attorney's business card. Her mom rushed over. You can't do this. You gave her that money. Loaned. Big difference. She signed documents multiple times in front of a notary. The room had gone from awkward silence to full chaos. People were pulling out their phones. Her dad was reading the documents on her phone, looking like he might throw up. Study partner dude looked at my girlfriend. You signed loan agreements? I thought. I didn't think he'd actually enforce them. That's not how legal contracts work, I said pleasantly. See you in court if you default. Enjoy the party. I left, took my gift, a $1,200 professional camera I'd wrapped with me, stopped at the bar on the way out and told them to cut off the tab. My card was no longer authorizing charges. Got 31 missed calls before I blocked her number. Texts ranging from "how could you" to "you're a monster" to "I'll sue you for emotional distress. My lawyer's very excited about this case. Update 1, 4 days later, so things escalated quickly, like, lawyer up and buckle up quickly. The party apparently imploded after I left. Once the bar cut off, they'd already racked up $900 on my tab. Her parents had to pay the remaining bill. They were pissed. Then people started leaving, and she spent the rest of her celebration crying in the bathroom while study partner guy tried to figure out if he'd just inherited $127,000 in debt. Sunday morning, I woke up to her dad calling me from her phone. She was blocked, he wasn't. We need to talk about the situation. You ambushed her. No, I enforced a legal agreement she signed multiple times. She's our daughter. You can't seriously expect her to pay this back. That's exactly what I expect. That's what loan agreements mean. She doesn't have that kind of money. She hasn't even started her job yet. Which is why repayment doesn't start for a year. She's got 12 months to figure it out. Employment usually helps. He tried the guilt trip angle. Told me I was being vindictive, that I'd trapped her, that no decent man would do this. I reminded him that his daughter publicly humiliated me after I funded her entire degree, so maybe we had different definitions of decent. He hung up on me. Monday I got a call from my lawyer. Apparently, my ex hired an attorney, some recent grad doing cheap work. Her lawyer sent a letter claiming the loans were actually gifts, because we were in a relationship. My lawyer literally laughed on the phone. She signed notarized loan agreements, multiple, with clear terms. This is the dumbest argument I've seen in months. We sent back copies of all 6 loan agreements, 1 per semester, plus 2 amendments, all signed, all notarized, all clearly stating loan agreement at the top in bold letters. Also included text messages where she explicitly discussed the loan terms and thanked me for the super low interest rate. Her lawyer went quiet after that. Tuesday was when things got truly unhinged. Her mother showed up at my condo, buzzed my intercom at 7 a.m. I ignored it. She started yelling through the intercom that I was ruining her baby's life and needed to be a man and let this go. Building security escorted her out. She shouted that I'd regret this the whole way. That afternoon, I got an email from study partner guy. Subject line, "We need to talk man to man." The email was gold. Basically said he'd reconsidered the relationship after learning about the debt, that he couldn't start a future with that kind of financial burden, and that he thought I should reconsider my position as the bigger person. I replied, "Cool. Not my problem anymore. Good luck." He apparently broke up with her that night. According to my buddy who's still friends with one of her college friends, she had a complete meltdown. Called study partner guy every name in the book, said he was just like all men, only caring about money. The irony was not lost on me. Wednesday brought a new tactic. Mutual friends trying to mediate. 3 separate people called me asking if we could work something out. Sure, I said. She pays the loan according to the terms she agreed to. But can't you reduce it? Maybe forgive some of it? Why would I do that? Because you loved her. Loved. Past tense. She ended that when she dumped me at her own party I helped fund. The loans are separate from the relationship, which is why we had legal agreements. One friend actually said, "Dude, this makes you look really bad." To who? People who think loan agreements don't matter? I'm fine with that. Thursday is when her mom tried the nuclear option. She called my mom. Big mistake. My mom knows the whole story about my dad. She was there when he got destroyed in his divorce. She's the one who suggested I document everything when I first mentioned helping my ex with college. Her mom apparently tried the whole, "Your son is being cruel to a young woman who just wants to start her life" angle. My mom, bless her, replied, "My son loaned your daughter $127,000 at an extremely generous interest rate to help her achieve her dreams. She used that opportunity, then publicly humiliated him. If you raised your daughter to think legal agreements don't matter because she's a woman, that's your failure as a parent, not my son's problem." Her mom hung up. My mom called me laughing. That woman is delusional. But Friday was the real kicker. I got served with papers. My ex was suing me for financial coercion and emotional distress, claiming I'd manipulated her into signing agreements under false pretenses, and that I'd weaponized her financial need. The dollar amount she was suing for? $250,000. My lawyer called me immediately. "Have you seen this lawsuit? Just got served." It's completely baseless. I'm almost offended by how stupid it is. They're claiming you coerced her, but she signed notarized documents over 4 years. They're claiming emotional distress, but she's the one who publicly dumped you. This is going to get thrown out, but it'll cost her money to file it. So what do? We file a motion to dismiss, which will probably succeed. Then we countersue for the full loan amount plus legal fees for this frivolous lawsuit. You're about to get really paid. How much in legal fees are we talking? By the time this is done, could add another $15,000 to $20,000 to her tab. I approved it. My lawyer was giddy. Apparently, this is the kind of case attorneys live for. Completely clear-cut with excellent documentation. The best part? Her cheap lawyer apparently didn't do basic research. If they'd actually looked at contract law, they'd know that notarized loan agreements between unmarried adults are completely enforceable. This lawsuit was dead on arrival. Got a text from an unknown number Friday night. "You're really gonna take her to court? Over money? You're pathetic." I replied, "She's the one who sued me, genius. I was happy to just collect monthly payments." Blocked. My buddy asked me Saturday if I felt bad about any of this. Honest answer? Not even a little. She made a calculated decision to humiliate me publicly. Thought she could take the degree I funded and walk away clean. Now she's learning that actions have consequences. Next update after the court hearing for her lawsuit dismissal. Should be fun. Update 2. 3 weeks later, court was everything I hoped for and more. But let me back up because the 3 weeks between updates were absolutely wild. Week 1 after my last update, her lawsuit started falling apart immediately. Her lawyer filed the complaint, and my lawyer filed a motion to dismiss with prejudice, meaning she couldn't refile. The judge scheduled a hearing. During that week, her dad tried a different approach. Sent me an email offering to settle this reasonably. Their offer? I forgive the entire loan. She doesn't pursue her lawsuit. We all move on. My lawyer's response letter. Counteroffer. Your daughter drops her baseless lawsuit, pays the full $127,000 per the agreed terms, plus the $8,300 in legal fees accrued so far. We'll waive the additional interest that would accrue during litigation. They didn't respond. Her mom escalated to harassment. Started leaving reviews on my company's website, claiming I was abusive to women and financially manipulative. Tagged me in rants on social media about men who trap vulnerable women. My lawyer sent a cease and desist. The reviews got removed for violating terms of service. You have to actually be a customer. She threatened to sue me for silencing her free speech. Never happened. Week 2. The mutual friend group completely split. Half thought I was justified, half thought I was being technically right but morally wrong. Lost a few people I thought were friends. Whatever. They can fund someone's degree and see how they feel about getting dumped at graduation. My ex apparently had a job offer rescinded, not because of me, because during her background check, they found the lawsuit she filed. Turns out hiring managers don't love candidates who are actively suing people. She blamed me on social media for ruining her career. My lawyer's response: screenshot that. It's defamation. We'll add it to the counterclaim. Study partner guy tried to get back with her. She told him to pound sand. He apparently reached out to mutual friends saying, dodged a bullet there. No kidding, dude. Week 3, court day arrived. The hearing was scheduled for 2 p.m. on a Wednesday. I showed up in a suit with my lawyer. My ex showed up in jeans with her budget attorney, who looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. Judge called the case. We presented our motion to dismiss. My lawyer laid it out. Your Honor, the plaintiff claims financial coercion, but signed 6 separate notarized loan agreements over 4 years. She claims emotional distress, but she initiated the breakup publicly. She claims false pretenses, but text message evidence shows she understood and agreed to the loan terms explicitly. This lawsuit is retaliatory and baseless. Her lawyer stood up. Your Honor, my client was in a vulnerable position. She needed money for school. She felt she had no choice but to sign. Judge looked at him. Was she employed at the time of the first loan? Her lawyer checked his notes. Yes, Your Honor, 2 jobs. So she had income and could have pursued other options? Student loans, scholarships, waiting to save more? Well, yes, but... And she signed these agreements over 4 years, multiple times, never once raising concerns about coercion? She trusted him, Your Honor. That's not coercion, counselor. That's a choice she made. The judge flipped through the loan agreements. These are some of the clearest contract documents I've seen. Notarized, explicit terms, multiple signatures. Motion to dismiss is granted with prejudice. My ex burst into tears. Her lawyer looked defeated. But my lawyer wasn't done. Your Honor, we'd like to file a counterclaim for the full loan amount plus legal fees incurred defending against this frivolous lawsuit. Granted. Defendant may file counterclaim. Next hearing in 45 days. We walked out. My ex was sobbing in the hallway. Her mother was there, I didn't know until after, and immediately started screaming at me. You bastard, you're destroying her life. Her lawyer actually pulled her away. Ma'am, you need to stop. You're making this worse. My lawyer handed her lawyer the counterclaim paperwork right there. See you in 45 days, with payment, hopefully. In the car afterward, my lawyer was pumped. That went even better than expected. Judge clearly saw through the nonsense. Now she either settles or we go to court for the counterclaim, which we'll win, and she'll owe even more. What are the chances she settles? After that, pretty high. Her lawyer knows he has no case. He'll recommend settlement. I waited. 5 days later, got the call. Her lawyer requested a settlement conference. They offered $70,000 to settle everything, less than the original loan amount, way less than the loan plus legal fees. My response: counter at $142,000. Original loan amount plus all legal fees. She started the lawsuit. She pays for wasting everyone's time. They came back at $95,000. We countered at $135,000. They offered $110,000. I consulted with my lawyer. What do you think? Honestly, we'd probably get the full amount in court, but litigation is expensive and time-consuming. $110,000 is a significant recovery. Your call. I thought about it. Thought about dragging this out for months. Thought about her drowning in legal bills. Thought about just being done with this entire situation. Accept it, with one condition. She signs a non-disparagement agreement. No more social media posts, no more public comments, no more harassment campaigns. They agreed. Settlement was signed last Friday. Payment plan, $15,000 down, her parents paid it, then $1,583 a month for 5 years. If she misses 2 payments, the full amount becomes due immediately. Her parents had to co-sign. They were pissed, but did it because their daughter's credit was about to be destroyed otherwise. The non-disparagement agreement is airtight. If she violates it, she owes the remaining balance immediately plus $25,000 in penalties. Got the first payment confirmation yesterday. $15,000 hit my account. Feels surreal. She dumped me, thinking she'd ride off into the sunset with her degree and new boyfriend, debt-free. Instead, she's making payments to me for the next 5 years. Her parents are furious at her. Study partner guy is long gone, and she's stuck at a lower-paying job because she torpedoed the better offer. My buddy asked me last night, was it worth it? Honestly? Yeah. Not for the money. For the principle. She thought she could use me and throw me away. Thought the degree I funded was just hers. Learned the hard way that legal agreements matter. Someone on Reddit would probably say I should have just let it go, been the bigger person. But being the bigger person doesn't pay $110,000. Update 3. 8 months later, final update because this thing finally wrapped up completely. And honestly, I'm ready to close this chapter. The payment plan was going smoothly for the first 3 months. $1,583 hit my account like clockwork on the first of each month. I wasn't tracking her life or anything, just confirmed the money came through and moved on. Month 4, payment was 3 days late. Got a text from her dad. I'd unblocked him for payment logistics. Payment coming Friday. Daughter between jobs. Red flag. The agreement stated 2 missed payments triggered the full balance. A late payment wasn't the same as missed, but it was concerning. I forwarded it to my lawyer. Keep an eye on this. Friday came, payment arrived. Crisis averted. Month 5, no payment. Month 6, still nothing. I waited exactly 60 days per the agreement. Then my lawyer sent the formal notice. Full balance of $80,251, remaining after the $15,000 down and 3 monthly payments, due within 30 days, or we'd begin garnishment proceedings. Her dad called me directly. You can't do this. She lost her job. She's trying. The agreement has a clause for this exact scenario. 2 missed payments, full balance due. She missed 2. We can't pay $80,000. You co-signed. That's your problem now. He threatened to declare bankruptcy. My lawyer informed him that wouldn't discharge the debt since it was based on fraud. She'd obtained money under false pretenses if she never intended to repay. That wasn't actually true. She did intend to repay initially, but it scared him enough to negotiate. New settlement, $65,000 lump sum, paid within 60 days, and we're done forever. They scrambled. Her parents took out a home equity loan. Apparently, caused a massive fight in their family. Her dad blamed her mom for encouraging her to go after a better man, their words from what I heard through mutual friends. Her mom blamed her dad for not teaching their daughter about consequences. Meanwhile, my ex was apparently living in some tiny apartment, working retail, and dealing with the reality that a marketing degree doesn't guarantee a marketing job, especially when you've got drama following you. The $65,000 came through last month. All at once. Officially closed out the settlement. Total recovered, $80,000. Down payment plus lump sum. Lost from the original amount, about $47,000 plus legal fees I paid out of pocket, around $11,000. Net recovery after my legal costs, roughly $69,000 out of $127,000 loaned. Not the full amount, but way more than the zero I'd have gotten if I just accepted being dumped and humiliated without consequences. The best part? 2 months ago, before the final settlement, I ran into study partner guy at a coffee shop. He recognized me, went pale, tried to leave. Dude, relax, I said. I don't care about you. He stopped. Look, I didn't know about the loans when you what? Started hooking up with her while she was still my girlfriend? His face went red. It wasn't like that. Don't care. You did me a favor, showed me who she really was before I wasted more time. He nodded awkwardly and left. Saw my ex once about 3 months ago. She was working at a phone store in the mall. We made eye contact. She looked away immediately. I kept walking. Didn't feel angry. Didn't feel satisfied. Just nothing. That's when I knew I was really over it. As for me, I'm doing fine. Better than fine, actually. Took the recovered money and put it into investments. Started seeing someone new a few months back. She's a financial analyst, ironically. We laugh about the whole situation. She thinks the loan documentation was smart. Most people would have just handed over money and hoped for the best, she said. My dad taught me better. Your dad sounds smart. He learned the hard way. I learned from watching him. My ex's mom tried one last guilt trip about 6 weeks ago. Sent me an email saying I'd destroyed their family's finances and hoped I could live with myself. I forwarded it to my lawyer, asking if it violated the non-disparagement agreement. Technically no, since it was private communication. But my lawyer sent a reminder letter anyway about the terms. Haven't heard from them since. The final payment cleared 28 days ago. My lawyer sent me a formal closure letter confirming all terms were met and the matter was resolved. I took that letter, put it in the same folder as all the loan agreements, and filed it away. Maybe I'll look at it someday and feel something. Right now, it's just paperwork from a chapter of my life that's over. Someone asked me last week if I'd do it all again. Fund someone's education with loan agreements. Nope, I said. I'd just not fund someone's education at all. Lesson learned. Do you regret helping her? That's the question, isn't it? Honestly, I regret who she turned out to be. I regret wasting 4 years on someone who saw me as a resource instead of a partner. I regret not seeing the signs earlier. But do I regret protecting myself with legal agreements? Not for a second. She made her choice at that graduation party. Chose public humiliation over private conversation. Chose a new guy over 4 years of partnership. Chose to believe the degree I funded was purely hers. I just made sure there were consequences for that choice. And yeah, I can live with that just fine.